Am I the a-hole for not grieving for my stepdad or not pretending to? My stepdad died 3 weeks ago. I, 17M, had a bad relationship with him. I had issues with him from the start, and I always hoped my mom would dump him and find someone better. But she loved him. She really did love him, and they had 5 kids together before he died, so it's been a lot for her. For me, it's not some earth-shattering loss, and I can't say I feel any sadness about him dying. He was an a-hole. I think he was good at hiding a lot of his negative points. But it's not just me who feels that way about him. Both of his siblings do too. They were kicked out by my mom and her ILs because of their attitude when it came to planning his funeral. And who'd say what? They actually called him a monster to their parents. I won't go into all the details of my issues with him, but I can mention a couple of issues. After we'd met for the second or third time, he asked my mom what was wrong with me, and I was weird because I had nothing but a deadbeat for a father, and I still treated him, stepdad, like a stranger instead of being all over him. I heard him say that too, but even when I first met him, I got a bad feeling. I was 6 or 7 then. The other issue I can mention is how he would taunt me about not having a dad. Sometimes it was to say I should let him be my dad and how much my dad didn't want me, and did I realize he didn't give a shift, didn't love me, would never care about me and stuff like that. I was 8 when he started saying that shift. He used to really make the point that nobody on my dad's side cared if I was alive or dead, and for that reason I should fall at his, stepdad's, feet and beg him to be my dad. When I turned 12, he started saying I was unlovable and how he tried, but he couldn't, and it was no wonder no father figure could love me. So I'm not sad about him being gone. I actually feel some relief that I never have to deal with him again. I'm not showing that because my mom and my half-siblings need me. But my mom and her ILs complained the other day because nobody has seen me take a moment or look even a little sad. Her ILs said people assume I'm just holding it together for everyone, but that being around me, they can feel my lack of emotion about it. They said I should be at least pretending if I can't make it real. But then they went on to say how I should be sad and he was my dad and all this other bullshit, and only a monster could care nothing for the man who raised him for as long as he raised me. My mom didn't call me names, but she told me she couldn't understand how little I was moved by his death, and she tried to point out all these positives to me, but I never saw them. Just like she never saw the negatives, I guess. I saw the monster his siblings saw. I didn't say this to them, though. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for staying in my car when someone asked for help? I was driving on a main avenue in broad daylight when the car in front of me suddenly stopped. A woman got out and approached my car, saying, "Can you stay here? I need to call an ambulance." At first, I thought it might be a scam, so I told her, "I need to be somewhere." But then I realized she was actually on the phone with a dispatcher and seemed genuinely in distress. I decided to stay but didn't get out of my car. I parked behind her, turned on my hazard lights, and partially rolled down my window. I helped her by providing the exact location to the dispatcher and kept a close eye on her from inside my vehicle to make sure she didn't faint or need immediate help. She said she had chest pains and trouble breathing, which made me nervous, but I didn't feel comfortable stepping out of my car since I wasn't sure what else I could do. That said, I was ready to get out and help her directly if her condition had worsened or if she had collapsed. The whole interaction lasted about 8 to 9 minutes before the EMTs arrived. When they got there, she told me thank you and that I could leave. I stayed until I saw them physically reach her and then drove off. Am I the a-hole?